with Douglas East MHK Chris Robertshaw. And Chris, a lot's been said already. There seems to be an almost pass the parcel of blame going on at the moment as to who is responsible for Rally Isle of Man being cancelled this year. Reputation, though, this is hugely damaging to the Isle of Man and the tourism industry, isn't it?
Well, you've asked two questions. You made two important points there. The first one about pass the parcel. Isn't it embarrassing that government is now running around trying to find excuses in its various component parts as to who's to blame and why it's happened? And so that clearly shows that if there is this clear attempt to pass the parcel to somebody else, that actually government itself wasn't properly coordinated in the first place. And that brings us on to your second point about reputation. That they obviously didn't understand the implications and importance of this event financially for the various businesses deeply involved in this: hotels, travel agents, ferry operators, and so on and so forth. And not least, of course, the competitors themselves who committed their time and effort and energy and money to this important event. Hugely important, but the reputational damage to the Isle of Man in cancelling something so late and so unnecessarily reflects incredibly badly on the Isle of Man, and I have to say on the Council of Ministers.
Well, it was the organisers that cancelled it, wasn't it, in the end?
Yes, it was. But if you understand the circumstances that they were put in the end, and if you question John Gill about this, you'll be able to get greater clarity. They had no choice. The fact that government, even in the last minute of the 11th hour, as it were, didn't understand the circumstances they put the car rally people in, shows incompetence. There's been a fundamental lack of political leadership here on the part of the minister concerned, and that minister concerned is Lawrence Skelly.
Why do you say that he should resign? Why is he responsible?
Well, this is the second time I've asked him to resign, because he is absolutely failing to show a commitment and engagement and involvement in tourism. It's something on the it seems to be something on the periphery of his mind completely. We don't have a clear strategy in terms of tourism. We constantly proclaim that we've got a diverse economy, but if we're going to keep that, we've got to work hard at it. And that overarching economic model needs surety that there's a commitment to tourism and an understanding of what that product is. And part of the importance of the product is to extend the season right out from as early as possible to a late. I mean, I don't want to bore you with the economics of running hotels and the tourist industry, but that's an absolute prerequisite. And the car rally represented one of those elements that helped to extend the season. And government, through its incompetence, its intransigence and its disinterest, has pulled the rug from that. It's hugely embarrassing. They should be ashamed of themselves.